Bessent, negociadores chineses estavam pouco em atraso.
So now, Mr. Secretary, you just got back from Stockholm, Sweden. You were there meeting with the Chinese delegation about trade talks. This is your third such meeting, I believe, with them.
Yes.
Can you talk to us a little bit about what happened there, and then we'll get into kind of some of the specifics about where things go from here on.
Well, what I can tell you is I don't think it's overstating it to say that they were a little on their heels, because the week before, we had just done the Japanese trade deal. Then the day before we began our talks, I know you were in Scotland with the president, Ursula von der Leyen, president of the European Commission, came and did, what's the deal of the century with the EU. So, Japan, EU, we are, I believe, meeting with the Koreans this afternoon. So, our largest trading partners, we have trade deals with. So the Chinese, who like to project strength and under this monolithic view, they were on their heels, because it was like, listen, guys, this is the way it is. And you've got a pretty good deal going, but the rest of the world is now with us. And you're not going to get a special deal. You're not going to get this. The EU is a bigger trading partner, and the more excess manufacturing. I keep telling them that the Chinese have to rebalance their economy. They have the most imbalanced economy in the history of the modern world. They're 30% of manufacturing. They have a current account surplus that's equivalent to 2% of global GDP. We haven't seen that since the 1870s, 1880s, when there was the British Empire. And I just said, the world's with us now, because for a while it looked in April, May like the U.S. was alone against the world. Now that we've done deals with our top trading partners, that we have a lot more leverage. And as you know, nobody generates leverage like the president.
That's exactly right. So one of the things he told me that President Trump told me when I interviewed him in Scotland about China, because I asked him about your meetings, which were ongoing at the time when we did the interview a couple days ago. By the way, Turnberry, fantastic property, guys, right? If you ever get a chance, go, please. Like, it's a beautiful, they're right there on the coast. But one of the things he said about China in particular is the goal is to get China to open up. Did you get the sense that they're open to opening up, or their economy, to American goods?
They will move at a very deliberate pace. I was in the macroeconomic investment business for 35 years. And I think probably the most overused saying recently is the Ernest Hemingway saying, "How did you go bankrupt? Slowly, then quickly." I think that with a lot of these big economies, that it's a slow process, then it'll happen quickly. Like I remember the Japanese had the bubble burst. They didn't want to do much about it. Then Abe came, President Trump's great friend, Prime Minister Abe, came into office in 2012, and boom, the Japanese hit the accelerator and never looked back. So my sense is that it's not going to be a straight line. That they are doing, they have 5-year planning sessions. They are meeting for the planning sessions. It's called the 5-year plan. They are doing their 5-year plan in September or October. They'll announce the results of that in February. So I encourage them that if they are going to rebalance to more of a consumer economy, to make that known. So we'll see.
So you mentioned the other deals, the EU deal, and that happened while we were there with the president. The